One of the best ways you can save time, money, and energy in your business is to not be in trouble with the IRS. I know everyone is very afraid of the IRS. Everyone's always talking about, what do I need to do so I don't get audited? What do I do so I stay under the radar? It's the same question people are having. It's basically, how do I stay compliant? How do I stay in good behavior and not have notices and calls coming from the IRS? Well, honestly, the easiest way to do that is to be compliant with your filings and your payments. So if you are an individual, you have to file individual tax returns. You also have to make payments that go in along with your tax return. At the end of the year, when you file, the IRS knows what you've paid in, you report what you've earned, and then they know whether you owe or if they owe you. So the dates that you need to be familiar with are April 15th. Everyone really knows this date. And if it falls on a weekend, it typically gets pushed up to the Monday after the weekend. But basically, April 15th is the deadline for when you need to have your tax return filed and your taxes paid. So what that means is if you feel you're not going to be able to file a proper return that's correct and accurate and one that you're comfortable with by that deadline, you're able to file an extension. What people don't know is that this does not give you an extension of time to pay your taxes. So when you extend, you get a 6-month extension. It takes you from April 15th to October 15th, which is great. There's a form you need to get filed, and your preparer will do that for you. They will need to extend you for both federal and state. So there's a form that gets done that will get you on the federal side and the state side. What needs to happen in addition is you guys need to figure out about how much you think you're going to owe for the prior year's tax year. So by April 15th, not only have you extended, you have also paid in any shortfall in taxes that you haven't already paid in the prior year. If you do have a balance from the prior year that is not paid in by April 15th, that is when the IRS is going to come for you. They are going to figure out how much in taxes did you not pay in and take interest and penalties on that amount. So to avoid that, I would highly recommend you actually overpay your taxes for the prior year so that in the event that there's a differential, it's in your favor and you don't have to worry about it. Same thing happens if you have a refund due. There's no interest and penalties to deal with because the IRS owes you money. So that's really what you need to know as an individual. As a business, you might be one of two types of businesses. Either you're a corporation or an S corporation, or you're an LLC, an LLP. They're these two different types of businesses and they have different deadlines. So if you are a corporation, the deadlines you need to know about are March 15th and September 15th. March 15th is when you need to file your return by and pay your taxes in by. And if you're not able to do that, as we talked about on the individual side, if you're not ready, if you don't feel that you have an accurate and complete return that you're comfortable with, you want to extend, and the IRS is going to grant your corporation 6 months. That's going to take you from March 15th to September 15th. Now, if you're on this end of an LLC, LLP, this kind of structure, then you're dealing with April 15th as when you need to file your returns and have the taxes paid in by, or you're going to extend, and the other deadline that you need to worry about is, again, like the corporation, September 15th. So these are the deadlines you need to know, but just know as a corporation, it's almost a little bit harder. You got to get your books closed, wrapped up as soon as the year is over, fixed, cleaned, sent to your CPA, and you want to get right in the door because you don't have much time to figure out just what your profit was for the year and what the taxes are that are owed for that year, what you've paid in, and what's due. So it's a pretty big crunch for the corporation. So you really need to get going as soon as the year is over. With the partnerships and the LLC, you have more time. The problem is the CPA firms and your CPA are dealing with the big April 15th deadline and all their individual clients. So you're going to get stuck in the shuffle of that. So You really want to get in early as well, but just know you've got a little bit more time, April 15th and then September 15th.